what the bond demands. The first change was subtle. So subtle, it could have been mistaken for imagination. A shift in breath, a delay in thought, a feeling that did not quite belong. Princess Elaris Vael noticed it before Kael Ardent did, because she knew what hunger felt like. And now she felt it, from somewhere that was not entirely her own. She froze mid-step in the outer corridor. The court had dispersed. The whispers had quieted. The citadel had returned to its illusion of stillness. But inside, nothing was still. Kael, her voice was different, tighter. He turned toward her. "What is it?" She didn't answer immediately, because she wasn't sure. Not until it hit him. A sudden pull, sharp, deep in his chest. He inhaled hard, as if something had reached inside him and twisted. "What was that?" His voice strained. Elaris stepped toward him instantly. "That." Her eyes darkened. "Was mine." Silence. Kael blinked. "You're telling me I just felt yes?" She didn't soften it, didn't hide it. "My hunger." The words settled heavily between them. Kael swallowed. "That's new." Her expression didn't change. "It will not remain small." That mattered. He could feel it already, faint but present. A pull, not toward food, not toward anything familiar, toward something living, warm. His gaze lifted slowly to her. The realization struck him at the same time it struck her. "This is going to be a problem," he said quietly. Yes. The bond was no longer theoretical. It was no longer contained. It had begun to move, to share, to demand. Elaris turned away slightly, not in distance, in control. "You must understand this now," she said. Her voice was steady, but beneath it, strain. "This is what I warned you of." Kael exhaled slowly. "I thought it would take longer. It will get worse." A pause. "Much worse." He nodded once. "Okay." That answer surprised her. "You accept that very quickly." Kael looked at her. "I don't think pretending it isn't happening is going to help." Fair. Too fair. Her hand pressed lightly against her chest again, because now she could feel something else. Not hunger. Him. His steadiness. His clarity. His refusal to panic. And it calmed her. That was new. Dangerously new. "You are affecting me as well," she said quietly. Kael tilted his head slightly. "How?" She hesitated, because this part felt more vulnerable than hunger. "I feel your restraint," she said. "Your choice." He frowned slightly. "That doesn't sound like a bad thing." "It is not." Her voice softened. "That is why it is dangerous." He understood that, immediately. Because now, it wasn't just her pulling him toward hunger. He was pulling her toward something else, something she had lost, something fragile, human. They began to walk again, not toward the throne, not toward the court, away, toward quieter halls, toward places where control could still be held. But the bond followed. It did not weaken with distance. It deepened. Each step, another thread drawn tighter. Kael slowed slightly. "Elaris," she looked at him immediately. Because now, even hesitation carried through the bond. "What?" He hesitated, then said it anyway. "I can still feel it." Her eyes darkened. "How strong?" He searched for the right word. Not overwhelming, but not ignorable either. That was worse, because that meant it would grow. "It will learn you," she said. "What does that mean?" "It will adapt. It will find the easiest way to reach you." Kael exhaled slowly. "And right now?" Her voice lowered. "Right now, it is only touching the edges." He nodded once. "Then we deal with it now." She stopped walking. "That is not how this works." "Then how does it work?" Her gaze held his. "It tests you. It waits. Another. And when you are weakest," her voice dropped, "it pushes." Silence. Kael absorbed that. Then, quietly, "Then I guess I shouldn't wait until I'm weak." That surprised her. "You think you can outpace it?" "No." A faint breath. "But I think I can face it." That changed something, because that was not denial. That was decision. The next wave hit harder, without warning. Kael staggered slightly, his hand catching the wall. His breath broke. This time, there was no mistaking it. The hunger surged, not his, hers. But now, shared. "Kael." She reached him instantly, her hand gripping his arm, and the moment she touched him, it intensified, because now the bond had a circuit, a path, a connection it could fully use. His eyes darkened, not red, but focused. Sharp. "What do I do?" he asked. Her voice came fast. She stepped closer, too close, and that made it worse, but it was the only way. "Look at me." He did, immediately. "Stay with me." The words weren't just spoken, they carried through the bond, grounding, pulling, holding. The hunger surged again, then faltered, because now there was something else in the way. Her, not as a source, as resistance. Her hand tightened on his arm. "You are not it," she said, her voice steady now. "You are not what it wants." His breath slowed slightly. "You sure about that?" "No. Honest. But I am sure about you." That mattered more than anything else. The bond shifted again, not pushing, balancing. The hunger receded, not gone, but controlled. For now, Kael exhaled slowly. "That's intense." Her expression didn't change. That was the beginning. Silence. Then, quietly, "We're going to have to figure this out fast." "Yes." "Together." She nodded. "Together." And this time, that word didn't feel dangerous. It felt necessary. The bond had awakened, not as a gift, not as a curse, but as something in between. Something that would test them, push them, shape them. Because connection, real connection, does not simply bring two lives together. It exposes everything they carry. The light, the darkness, and the choice of which one will win. When hunger becomes shared, it did not wait. It did not give them time to prepare. The bond, once awakened, did not settle. It grew. The halls were quieter now, too quiet. Even the citadel seemed to sense something shifting beneath its foundations. Princess Elaris Vael walked beside Kael Ardent, closer than before, not out of comfort, out of necessity. Because distance made it worse. "You feel it again," she said. It wasn't a question. Kael nodded once. "Yeah." His voice was tighter now, more controlled. Because he had learned quickly, this wasn't something he could ignore. "How strong?" "Stronger than before." Her jaw tightened. That was expected. That was the problem. The bond was learning, adapting, finding the edges of both of them, and pressing. Kael slowed again. His breath shifted. Subtle, but not to her. She stopped. "Don't move," she said. He froze immediately, because now he trusted her instincts more than his own. "What is it?" Her eyes darkened slightly. "Your pulse just changed." That got his attention. "It accelerated when you looked at me." Silence, because that meant something very specific. Kael exhaled slowly. "So now I'm triggering it too." "Yes." Her voice dropped. "The bond is connecting your reactions to my hunger." He ran a hand through his hair. "That's not ideal." "No." And then, before either of them could adjust, it hit again, harder. This time, there was no warning. Kael doubled slightly, his hand bracing against the wall. His breath broke. The pull was stronger now, not just a feeling, a demand, a direction toward her. His eyes lifted, almost instinctively, to her throat, warm, alive. For a single dangerous second, he understood. Elaris saw it, immediately, not fear, recognition, because now he felt what she had felt, the shift, from person to need. Her voice cut through it. "Kael." Sharp, grounding. His eyes snapped to hers. "Stay with me." His breath came uneven. "I'm trying." She stepped closer, again, too close. But necessary, because now, distance wasn't safety, connection was. Her hand caught his, firm, steady. "You are not losing control," she said. Her voice wasn't just spoken, it carried through the bond. Anchoring, pulling him back. The hunger surged, then hesitated, because now it met resistance, not just hers, his. Kael clenched his jaw. "I get it now," he said under his breath. Her eyes searched his. "What?" "That pull. That need." Her voice softened. "Yes." His gaze dropped just for a second to her neck again. Then he forced it back up. "That's dangerous. That is why I warned you." Silence. He nodded. "Yeah." A breath. "You weren't exaggerating." But something had changed. Because now he didn't just understand her struggle, he shared it. And that made something else possible. Kael straightened slowly, the worst of it passing, for now. "That didn't feel like losing control," he said. Her gaze sharpened. "No." It felt like being pushed, and choosing not to move. Her breath caught, because that was it. That was what she had been doing all along. Fighting, not absence of control, but presence of pressure. Her voice lowered. Yes. He looked at her differently now. Not just with concern, with understanding. And that changed everything. You've been doing that alone, he said. She nodded once. For a very long time. He exhaled. Not anymore. The words settled between them, and through the bond they meant more. Because now, they weren't just spoken, they were felt. They began to walk again. Slow, measured, not ignoring the bond. Managing it. Together. After a few steps, Elaris spoke again. It will not always come in waves like this. Kael glanced at her. What do you mean? It will become constant. That landed heavier. Constant? Yes, her voice steady. It will not always surge. But it will always be there. He absorbed that, slowly, like background noise, like instinct. That was worse, but also clearer. Kael nodded. Then we adjust to it. Her eyes flickered. You say that as if it is simple. No, a faint breath. But I say it like it's necessary. That she understood. Because necessity was something she had lived with for centuries. They reached a quieter chamber. Not hidden, but removed. A place where the Citadel's presence felt less heavy. Elaris stopped. You need to learn this now, she said. Kael leaned against the wall slightly. Learn what? How to resist it, not by fighting it. Another, by understanding it. He frowned slightly. That sounds complicated. It is. She stepped closer. Not dangerously close, but enough. Close your eyes, he hesitated, then did. Focus. On what? Not the hunger. Upon me. Silence. Then, slowly he did. Not her presence, not her body. Her, the steadiness beneath the hunger. The control beneath the instinct. The person beneath the monster. The bond shifted. The pull weakened. Not gone, but quieter. Kael exhaled slowly. That helps. Her voice softened. Yes. That is how I survive it. His eyes opened, and now I know. She met his gaze. And now you are part of it. That was the truth, not a warning, not a threat, reality. The bond had changed them, not just in feeling, in understanding, because now, neither of them could pretend. Not about the hunger, not about the risk, not about what this connection would demand, but also not about what it made possible. Because for the first time the burden was shared, and that made it something new. Not easier, but stronger. The moment she almost breaks it began without warning. No slow build, no gradual pull, just impact. Princess Elaris Vael stiffened mid-breath. Her hand gripped the edge of the stone table, hard enough to crack it. Elaris. Kael didn't finish the sentence because he felt it, not as a wave, as a surge, violent, uncontrolled. The bond didn't whisper this time, it roared. Kael staggered. His breath torn from him, the hunger hit him full force, not diluted, not distant, raw. His vision blurred, then sharpened, then narrowed. To one thing, her throat, her pulse, slow, deep, powerful. And suddenly, he understood something new. Not just hunger, predator. Elaris gasped, her entire body locking as the surge tore through her. No, but the word collapsed under the weight of instinct. Her eyes darkened completely, not controlled, not measured. Gone. For the first time since he had met her, she wasn't holding it back. Her head tilted, slightly, unnaturally still. Her gaze fixed on him, not as a person, as something alive. Teal's breath came fast now, because the bond didn't just show him her hunger, it amplified it, turned it outward, back at him. Elaris. His voice strained, no response. She stepped toward him, slow, too slow. Controlled, but not by her. By something else. Take, now, no more restraint. Her hand lifted. Not careful, not hesitant, possessive. Kael didn't step back. He couldn't. Not because he was trapped, because he understood. This was it. The moment she had feared, the moment he had agreed to face, she was going to lose control. Her fingers caught his collar, pulling him closer, too close. Her breath hit his neck, cold, shaking, hungry. Her fangs descended, fully. No restraint, no hesitation. Elaris. Nothing. Her lips brushed his throat, not soft, not human, predatory. Kael's hand shot up, not to push her away, to hold her. That changed everything. Not resistance, connection. His hand gripped her shoulder. Firm, steady, present. Look at me. His voice cut through, not loud, not forceful, real. For a fraction of a second, nothing happened. Then, the bond reacted. Elaris froze. Her fangs still pressed against his skin, her breath ragged, her body trembling, violently now, because something else had reached her. Not instinct. Him, his presence, his choice, his refusal to become afraid. Elaris, again, closer, steadier. Her eyes flickered, just once. That was all it took. The darkness cracked, her breath broke. This time the word was hers. She jerked back, hard, stumbling away from him, as if she had just woken from something she couldn't control. Her hand flew to her mouth, holding herself back, holding everything back. Her voice shattered. Almost. She couldn't finish it, didn't need to. Kael stood still, breathing hard, but not hurt, not afraid. That mattered. You stopped. The words came quiet, steady. Her head shook violently. No. Her voice broke. You stopped me. Silence. Kael took a slow breath. No. A step closer. Careful. Measured. You came back. Her eyes snapped to his. Because that was different. I didn't stop you, he said. I reached you. The bond pulsed. Soft now. Not pushing, confirming. Her breath trembled because she felt it too. The moment, the shift. The second, where she had not been gone. Not completely. I was gone, she whispered. No. He stepped closer again, not afraid, not hesitant. You were fighting. Her composure shattered. You don't understand. I do. His voice cut through her panic. I felt it. That wasn't you giving in. Another. That was something trying to take over. Her breath hitched. And you came back anyway. Silence. That truth landed deeper than anything else, because she had always believed that if she ever slipped, that would be it, that there would be no return. But she had, even if it had taken everything. Her voice softened. Barely there. I was going to hurt you. Kael shook his head. You didn't. I would have. You didn't. The difference mattered. Her shoulders shook, once then stilled, because now she understood something new. Her control wasn't fragile, it was real, tested, and still holding. Kael stepped closer, close enough that it mattered. Elaris, she didn't pull away. That's what this is going to be. Not perfect control. Another, not no risk. His voice softened, but choice. The word settled between them. Again, choice. Her breath steadied, slowly, her hand lowered. And this time, when she looked at him, there was no hunger in her eyes, only something far more powerful, relief, and something new, something she had not felt in centuries. Trust in herself. That night, the bond did not break them, it revealed them, not as perfect, not as safe, but as something stronger than instinct, something capable of standing, even at the edge of losing everything, and choosing to come back.